Let's go! Oh! 2-0, baby. 2-0. Left hand up. Left hand up. Left hand up. Catching the ball like Vernon Davis. That's the new version of the Commanders song. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching.
That's how you gotta say it. You gotta say it. Vernon Davis.
Vernon Davis. Yes. But Commanders 35-33. They took some years off our lives, I think. We're still running, right?
Yeah.
That was crazy. There is so much to unpack from this one after the Commanders secured the W out there in Denver. I think first and foremost, what was that Hail Mary, guys? What was the defense on that Hail Mary? Like, thoughts, Abdullah?
So when we were watching the game, I was watching with my good boy Pedro, another Commanders YouTuber. He was saying, ain't no way this is going to end up like the Seattle game of Monday Night Football 2 years ago. And I was like, nah, I don't think so. And then I just see it, bro. And I'm like, tip. There was so many guys there. And then I was in shock. Like, I was so upset. I at that point, I didn't even think about the 2-point conversion. I was just upset that we let it happen. Because, again, this has happened before. It happened with that Saints game, remember, where it was halftime? That was halftime. But this is end of a game situation. You know they're going for the end zone. Drop everyone back, bro. Like, it's like why do we have to win like this? I know 2-0 first time since 2011, but why is it like this, bro?
When I saw that pass get caught, the first thing I did was try to see them stands at Empower Field or whatever the hell they call it these days. Like, we're absolutely sure Dan Snyder is gone now, right? Because if this ain't some Dan Snyder type stuff right here.
Yeah. We got lucky.
My heart was broken, bro. I was sick.
The good thing is, though, as much as my heart was broken, I realized the Broncos still had to make a 2-point conversion. And our defense, for the most part, was pretty solid in the second half. But wow, this is one of the most wild games I've seen in a while from the Commanders. They have me on my support. Okay, so first and foremost, if you guys don't know, if you guys were not watching the very beginning, audience, the Commanders were down 21-3 at the beginning of the game. I have Sunday Ticket, and there's a chat option on YouTube for Sunday Ticket, and everybody, all the Commanders fans were down. They were like, "Oh, fire Ron, your days are numbered, yada yada yada." And then we come back. We tie the game. Not only did we tie the game, we're up by 4, then we're up by 11. I mean, first of all, what's your guys' thoughts at the very beginning of the game when we were down 21-3? Did you think it was over? Do you think we had a chance of coming back? Honest opinion, Evan.
At that point, when we was 21-3, I was like, man, thank God Emmanuel Forbes got that 4th down stop last week. Because otherwise, we might have been looking at 0-2 here, fellas. Like we were saying all off season long, we can't start slow this year. We can't start 0-2, but man, like 1-1 wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world, but also wouldn't have been the best with Buffalo about to come in.
Yeah. Frost 40 below. Great, absolutely great point. For as much as I scrutinize Logan Thomas, rightfully so. He made a crazy touchdown. He got shellacked. And he still held on to the ball, and now he's concussed. Abdullah, what are your thoughts on that touchdown? Was that really like what changed the game for us at the very beginning?
First of all, if we didn't get it, it was going to be 4th down, and I think they should have gone for it if they didn't get it. But Logan Thomas catching again smack like that, and there's so much criticism he gets.
Correct me if I'm wrong. That was 4th down, right?
That was 4th down.
That was 4th down. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I remember.
That was 4th down, but the hit was insane. I mean, the ability to catch the ball, and again, a lot of criticism he gets, rightfully so. I mean, he's getting up there at age, injury. Kareem Jackson definitely deserved to get ejected. And I loved how Nick Gates was, of course, the first one to go up there and fight for his teammates. Because again, we're down by this much, and you can't get bullied like that. And then it was 9-21, and then we got the 2-point conversion after review. So rightfully so, chipping inch by inch, man. Just this team 2-0, first time since 2011. They just find a way to win. And I'm glad, bro. I'm really glad, considering the fact that the Eagles are 2-0, Cowboys are 2-0, both teams looking dangerous. Giants won today.
And the Giants are 1-1 now.
That pissed me off too, bro.
That pissed me off, bro.
Back in my mind, I was looking like, yo, there's no way we lose and the Giants come back. I was like, no way I can handle both.
Bro, when I saw 31-28, bro, in the bottom ticker, bro, I was like, come on. I think the Cardinals were up 28 to like what, 7 or something?
I think it's 28.
It was like 21-0 or something like that. Yeah. It was 21-0.
Unbelievable. Cardinals are trying to tank. What did all of us say? The Cardinals are actively trying to tank, bro. They're up that many points and it gets me on my nerves. I want to say something though. I stayed up to watch most of that Colorado game last night. And I thought I was done with the dirty hits, man. I was done. I wanted to clean football today, but no, Kareem Jackson decided to continue the party and hit Logan Thomas right there on the helmet, get ejected. I mean, what was that, bro? That was a dirty play. That was a dirty play. But I agree, that Logan Thomas touchdown was huge. Oh, and also that Brian Robinson run right after for the 2-point conversion to get it to 11 points. Like, you saw Ron Rivera go out there on the sidelines, go up to Brian Robinson and like dap him up and say good job. Like, he was hyped up for him. So yeah, that got us to a 21-11 margin. And then we scored a field goal. Oh, field goals. Joey Sly. Oh my.
Man.
So I will say with Joey, the first one was a terrible snap by Cameron Cheeseman. I think we can say it was like a 40-yarder, but shame.
Oh.
And then the other one was almost 60 yards, 59 yards. I mean, again, like, it's pretty long. I mean, I guess I still have faith in Joey Sly. You know, I still have love for him, but I don't got Cameron Cheeseman, bro. How the heck do you trade up for this man? A long snapper. You trade up for out of every single freaking position. You trade up for a long freaking snapper, and he's not even that good. He still struggles changing up his rhythm. It just doesn't make any sense, bro.
Dude, he's been having problems since the preseason of like botched snaps, and nothing is being done to correct that, bro.
That
like,
shouldn't be a problem on an NFL.
It was a new technique that he got this offseason apparently, and look what's happening, bro. Like this could cost us games. I don't understand. I get it because you drafted him. He's a draft pick. You invested in this guy, but like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Cheese, bro. It's rotten cheese at this point, bro. It's rotten, bro. It is rotten. But okay, what else to unpack from this game?
I actually want to go back to one thing. So y'all said that the Logan Thomas touchdown was the turning point of this game, and like I could understand that argument. I think the turning point of this game was Jamin Davis forcing that fumble on Russell Wilson, because for two reasons. First of all, that was the first time our defense actually stopped the Broncos. That was the first time our defense actually stopped the Broncos after Russ was lighting up, particularly secondary, and the D-line was getting zero pressure on him. That was the first time we actually stopped Russell Wilson. And that fumble actually led to the Logan Thomas. And then after that, Denver only scored one more touchdown the rest of that game, and it was on that Hail Mary, which, if you ask me, was kind of fluke. Because like, we had 3 guys that were in good position, and like 2 of them actually got hands on the ball.
Yeah, I will say this about the Jamin Davis thing. I don't know. It reminded me of the Eagles game from last year where he forced the fumble, but it was clearly a face mask that he just got away with. But I mean, I'm happy. I'm still happy at the end of the day. But
it just sucks that like a turnover that he causes is just something like you got to put an asterisk. It's like, oh yeah, I should have been, you know.
Yeah, I mean, but he was aggressive today. Like I can't speak too badly of Jamin Davis today. I think he did okay. Like he did a pretty good job. He forced the fumble. That was a big fumble, like Evan just said.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you got to talk about this guy. 1.5 sack.
We do.
Wow, we got two Chase Young jerseys. Hear what? After one game, I'm not changing my opinion, bro.
No, I'm saying at least talk good about him. You're talking about Jamin Davis.
No, I will. Hold on, bro. There's a list of agenda items.
This game, though. We have to.
There's a list of items. 1, I will not change my opinion on this because it's one game. 2, I have to give props to Chase Young. It was a good game. He had a sack, and then he had another sack that he shared with Montez Sweat. Yep. And he's good setting the edge. Like he was good. This was a good game. It's exciting to see him back. This was his first game back as well. And I mean, I am more optimistic, more excited about Montez Sweat. But Chase Young did a good job today. I can't fault him for it. I'm not going to hate on it. I just need to see this consistently. I can't see a sack and a half this game, and then we don't see a sack for the next 4 games, and then he ends up, putting on a show week 5, week 7, week 8. That's unacceptable. This is the number 2 overall pick. What we saw today is what we should expect out of Chase Young, not what we should hope out of Chase Young. So, that's that. You guys can go. You guys are wearing the Chase Young jerseys. I mean, I'm not. That's your guy. Go ahead. You go ahead.
I mean, for me, it's a case of like we got to keep the same energy. Like we were saying, we need to see this out of Chase Young. Ever since he was cleared, I was like, okay, realistic expectations: 1 sack, maybe 2. He gets a sack and a half. He's really active on that defensive line. There were a whole lot of plays. Where he just had his man beat and like embarrassed, and it's like.
I don't know about a whole lot of. Hold on.
Comments would have been.
I don't know about a whole lot of plays. There's one play where the offensive lineman from the Broncos literally took him out of the play. Like he was like 5 yards behind Russell Wilson. I don't know, bro. Go ahead. I'm gonna stop interrupting. Go ahead.
I mean, he was like a constant pressure, especially when the defensive line as a whole got into gear and started winning their matchups against his offensive line. And again, in the past, 2021, those comments would have been a moot point because the counter is okay, but where is his sacks? Today, we can't really say that because he had 1.5. So yeah, Chase had good stuff today. He had good energy. I'm excited to see what he does next week against Josh Allen and a quarterback who does all the things that other QBs get criticized for. But we're gonna talk about that later.
Because he wins. Because he still wins. He still finds a way to pull out the W.
In the regular season.
I'll have that. Go ahead, Abdullah.
There was one play where in the red zone, they almost had touchdown late. It's 2 minutes where Chase Young batted the ball down. It's supposed to be a screenplay. I don't know what happened. They called the play dead. I thought that was kind of
doesn't count, bro.
I know, but I'm saying that was very impressive. You think that's pretty impressive?
They called the play.
I know, but they were still going on with the. I'm just saying, bro.
They barely went on
the whole game. Every Commanders fan sitting down watching this game was saying, even including me, do something, and he did something. And now that it's finally, it's like when Ben Simmons hit that 3 when he hit a 3. Finally, Philly fans got off his back. Now, I'm not comparing. Now, hold on. I'm not saying. Hold on. I'm not saying Ben Simmons is. Chase Young's the next Ben Simmons. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying the amount of stress was, hey, do something. And when Ben Simmons did it, Philly fans finally got off of him. And Chase Young finally did something today. I really agree. Him and Montez at the end on that 3rd and goal sack. I mean, just you love to freaking see it, bro.
Yeah.
The difference between Chase and Ben, though, is Chase can just play defense. That's fine because he's a defensive player. Ben plays just defense and because he got to. The difference is Chase ain't got to score.
All I'm saying is I want to see consistent games like out of Chase Young, just like this one. I'm not going to crown him. I'm not going to change my opinion until he puts up consistent performances. Let's talk about. Abdullah, you can clip this. What's about to come right now. 13:52 mark. This is probably the reason. One of the things that excited people about joining our live stream tonight because I got something to say. So, I've been among the most critical of Mr. Samuel Howell. I was not a hater. I just said I needed to see consistent performances out of him in the regular season, change my mind about him being a middle-of-the-road quarterback. His traits were always there. His arm was there. His mobility was there. You could tell that he had the potential. But in terms of Washington, D.C., we've always had quarterbacks with potential. But on this day, September 17, 2023, I think I might be on the Howell train. I think I'm officially on the Howell train. Not to say he's going to be a superstar. Not to say he's even going to be a star. But in terms of him being the answer for a quarterback position, I'm on the train. I'm on the train. This was a very good game. Very good game on Sam Howell. My biggest critique always with Sam Howell is he holds the ball a little too long, which causes more sacks and stuff, and could be a little frustrating. But he did not turn the ball over today. I mean, it was a strip sack, but I mean, there's only so much you could do about that. That was more so the offensive line, which we'll get to right after this topic, because I have a lot to say about the offensive line as well. But I might be on the Sam Howell train. And for those people who've been watching this entire offseason, you know this is a big deal. I know Abdullah knows this is a big deal. But yeah, Samuel Howell. That touchdown to Terry McLaurin, like the announcer said, that was an all-pro throw. There was 3 guys right there, 2 guys really, but there's a guy that was trailing as well. And he threw it to Terry, where only Terry could get it. And he got it. I think an even more impressive throw was that I think it was a first down conversion when it was like in between traffic. It's kind of like what we saw in the preseason during that one game. And he was throwing dots. So I cannot hate on Sam Howell. Not only that, I have to give him a ton of props because he's showing a lot of good signs of finally being the solution here in DC. I'm not going to officially say he is the solution, but I'm willing to say I am on the train and Commander's country. Let's ride. Let's ride.
So let's go ahead, Evan. Go ahead.
Who just said all that? Remember which one of us just said all of that?
Yeah. Let's go over the stats right now. 299 yards, basically 300 yards, 2 touchdowns.
It's not even about the stats, bro. It's not even
I know,
about the
but
stats.
I'm saying let's just keep adding to
108
it.
QBR.
Yeah.
108.
And the fact that this man, he not the fastest quarterback, but his vision when he's breaking out there, scrambling, he's got it, bro. He's got the it factor, keeping it calm, cool, collected, pressure in his face, getting hit. His offensive line barely blocked for this man, and he's still standing tall, bro. It's about damn time we found a franchise quarterback. I'm not saying Sam is that guy, but man, he's showing steps and promise that he could be that QB1 that we've been dying to have for so long.
What makes Sam so good for me is he's smart. Like he makes the right reads. He makes the right decisions most of the time. He knows like when to check down, when to screen, or when the long ball's there, he'll take it, he'll go for it. But he just doesn't really force too much. I mean, like he made that all-pro play to Terry McLaurin, that all-pro pass. And there was a pass last week where he like threaded the needle like between 3 Cardinals for the touchdown.
Yeah.
And it's like you watch these plays and you think, how many years of the past try to make that throw? There's a lot of them. So, like Sam just has that it factor. He's smart, and Eric Bieniemy, he's doing really good things for Sam because the thing about Eric Bieniemy is he is a really good in-game adjuster, and you saw that today. How offense was able to move the ball between the 20s in the first quarter, couldn't get anything, but then couldn't finish drives, and then just rattled off 32 points. Almost was that when it was 21-3?
Yep, that's the win percentage right there.
Yes, sir.
And the difference in this game was Eric Bieniemy.
Talk about Eric Bieniemy, man. We put up 35 points today. 35.
When's the last time?
I don't think we put up 35 last year, if I'm not mistaken.
The
Even against the
Thanksgiving
Jaguars.
game in the COVID year against Dallas was the last time.
That was the last time we put up 35 points.
Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving game, the COVID year.
2020.
I'm thinking, man.
We couldn't even go to that game.
I can't even think of a game, bro. I don't know.
The
Jaguars game.
Cardboard cutouts.
I know it wasn't last year because the Jaguars game. Yeah. Because the Jaguars game was the game that we scored the most last year, and that was not 35. So it's definitely not last year. Maybe 2021, but I can't think of a game off the top of my head. I don't know if anybody wants to look that up, but yeah, 35 points. We got to talk about Eric Bieniemy, and obviously Sam Howell is very much contributing to that as well. We actually have a quarterback here that could sling it, and not just a guy who's a check down guy who he's accurate, but a guy that actually is willing to throw the deep pass and do it really, really well. Yeah, man, I have nothing bad to say about Sam Howell other than maybe he does hold the ball too long, but Foster covers, brings up Justin Fields. I mean, I was never on the Justin Fields train. Never. Like, even when the Bears got him, when they drafted him, and everybody in this fan base was like, why didn't we trade up in the draft and get Justin Fields? We need a quarterback. I was like, nah, Justin Fields, I'm sorry. He's not the answer in Chicago. And Chicago has been a bad team. And everybody looks at his rushing stats, but I mean, that's not everything in terms of being a quarterback in this league. I wanted to get to next the offensive line really quickly. I am not confident in this offensive line.
Take your time. This ain't got to be quick.
I mean, the offensive line will be quick. The offensive line will be quick. The offensive line will be quick because I said it last week. I said it when Abdul and I were reacting to preseason games. I mean, we got to be careful because the offensive line might be the reason why we fall short of expectations this year, at least in terms of the coaching staff's expectations. Because my Charles freaking Leno, Charles Leno. I get it. He does a lot of great stuff for the community, helps out a lot of great people. I'm not hating on him as a man, as a person. I will never do that. I'm talking about as a starting left tackle in 2023. We can do so much better. The interior of the offensive line wasn't too bad today. Nick Gates was okay. Sam Cosmi did go out because of an injury. I'm not sure if he came back. Yeah,
he came back.
He came back. He did come back. Sadiq Charles is the only person I didn't hear anything of, which probably is a good thing because usually when you hear the names of offensive linemen during the game, it's either
false start, holding, missed assignment, stuff like that.
Yeah, there was some nice blocks that Sadiq Charles had.
Yeah, but the tackles, like I said in the offseason, bro, tackles are not it. They're not it.
4 sacks today that we gave up.
4 sacks. So on top of 6 sacks last week. So that's 10 through 2 weeks against the Cardinals defense, and then against the Broncos defense who didn't have Frank Clark. So yeah, that's a little worrisome.
And here's the thing. I mean, you have Quan Martin who's out, and you drafted for Darren Mathis, who I think he's hurt right now. I mean, IR.
Yeah, he's on IR.
Again, why didn't you draft a lineman? I don't understand this. And again, you let go of Brandon Scherf, you let go of Trent Williams. It's just so many things, man.
It makes sense. The last 3 years, this front office has just been thinking about the offensive line as a scrap heap and just bargain binning for
like
players.
A bunch of randos together somehow.
3 years, bro. It's been 3 years, bro. Same thing. 2020, I think we had Brandon Scherf, but that was last year when we had like a actual solid offensive lineman.
Eric Flowers was good.
I mean, Eric Flowers, but even then, that was a scrap heap bargain bin sort of acquisition.
Can we still get him?
He's a free agent.
Oh, we can still get him. We can bring him back.
Nah, but we like the guys in our building, so
tight end, Logan Thomas, great catch, but bro, it's the same concerns. It's the same concerns that Cole Turner had
solid.
A nice
tight end one. I think one day, even this season. One game where he'll be like,
but he needs to be able to block first, right?
I agree. That's what John Bates has over him. But if he has the ability to block just above average and his pass catching, I think it's okay. Pretty good. That's a tight end one right there.
Pedro. By the way, when Abdullah was talking about, my roommate's Pedro, he's also YouTube. He's Pedro Smith, by the way, just so people know out there. But appreciate you. PSFF, I've not heard about that. If you want to share more about it in the comments, we greatly appreciate it. He's not. I don't even think he's average, bro. I literally, he was average in 2020, 2021 when we got him. Last year, he started showing signs of regression. Bro, he's not it, bro. He's not it. And everybody's scared to say it because of how great of a person he is. But he's not a good offensive lineman. He's not.
I don't know if you see on Twitter, his wife is always defending
him. Okay, so what?
She's looking at the pocket of haters and Charles Leno of the defender.
What do y'all expect her to?
Yeah, exactly.
He just not
Defend
going to
her,
defend
man.
him.
Yeah.
But
No, she should
what do
defend her,
you
man.
expect here?
Thank you, Pedro. Thank you. Some reason, the voice of reason. Wiley and Leno suck. We can say it. We can say it. It is not a bad word. It is not something that is wrong. It is true, at least from what I've seen with my two eyes. What was it?
I said, this is why I said take your time offensive line.
Yeah, bro. I'm just, Evan, I'm like legit concerned about how we'll do against better defensive lines in this
Micah
league.
Parsons, dude, I think he's gonna have quite the. But that's in the future, bro. That's
yeah, bro. Thoughts on young Nazi? You start. Yeah, I just.
You missed it, man.
We're gonna clip it. We're gonna clip it. Hopefully, I put the mark. I think at 13 minutes 12 seconds for Abdullah to help him out. But yeah, I literally went on a good 45 seconds, maybe talking about how I'm on the train now, the Howell train. I have not crowned him as the answer for the quarterback position yet here in DC, but I am on the train. I've always been rooting for him, but I'm like more than just rooting for him. I think
you're about to buy a ticket to the train. You're about to buy a ticket.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm on the train. Hold on.
You're on the train.
You on the train.
You're not first class.
Hold on. Let me give you an example, Bill. People were on the Heineke train, even though still people on the Heineke train didn't believe that he was going to be the 5-10 year answer at the quarterback position. So I can say I'm on the Howell train. Yeah, exactly. Pedro, we're like same wavelength, bro. Always same wavelength. It feels like. Only knock on Howell is that he needs to get rid of the ball quicker. I agree. He did not at least he did not intercept or throw interceptions today. The fumble, again, it was a strip sack, but they recovered it. That's fine. But that goes back to what Pedro just said. He kind of does hold the ball a little bit longer. It's a combination. It's him holding the ball a little longer and then the offensive line not giving him enough time to throw it. So it's like, the worst sort of combo you could possibly have. Appreciate this. Foster covers with more information about the PSF app. That's kind of dope. It's kind of dope. If people want to check it out, you guys, Abdullah, Evan, want to check it out as well. So Ninja X, we just talked about this a little earlier. My opinion, he has to go. This is way too many times, bro. This can cost us games. It almost cost us game today. It almost cost us the game today. Yeah. Jahan. Well, we want to talk about Jahan? Because I did not see too much of him today.
We can. Yeah, I'm about to look at the box score right now.
Yeah.
So
Curtis Samuel almost got a touchdown.
3 catches, 22 yards.
Yeah, this was supposed to be his breakout year.
I think Terry.
Terry's the only guy that had more than 3 today. Like it was kind of balanced, but still 3 catches, 22 yards.
There were Terry McLaurin, that amazing touchdown. I think it was over 2 defenders. Sertan did a good job. Sertan did a good job of containing Terry, but there were some plays where he was holding Terry, or his other guys too. So a well-balanced game. Again, back to Eric Bieniemy. One thing I want to say to Eric Bieniemy, he used Antonio Gibson in the passing game. The screen game, they give it a Gibby. It was, I think, at the end of the touchdown after halftime or something. I forgot, but it was a 40-yard pickup. The ability to know when to use Brian Robinson and Antonio Gibson is very much key. And B-Rob had a monster game. I think 87 yards rushing, 18 carries, 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns and a converted 2-point conversion.
Bro, I'm just telling you, like, we have the key pieces. The offensive line obviously is a big question, and now we have an offensive coordinator who isn't conservative. Because that's what I was concerned about. Week 1 last week, we kind of conservative against the Cardinals. After we were up by 4, we have the ball. Let's be more aggressive. Let's keep on going. Don't be conservative. And shout out Eric B, man.
Yeah, bro. Like I think we need to give Eric Bieniemy more flowers.
Another thing about Eric Bieniemy, he's not afraid of Pat Surtain today. He was not afraid of Pat Surtain at all. He like Sam Howell targeted his side of the field a bunch. I think there was a couple runs that were like right at him. Like Eric was not afraid of Pat Surtain at all. And Pat's supposed to be Denver's best defensive player, like top 2, one of them.
Yep. Naeem is right. Howell is a laser. Definitely a laser. There's some players that were not catching the ball for him today. A couple of drops. Terry did make a nice catch when he adjusted closer to the sideline. Oh my gosh. Absolutely. I think this was even more impressive than his touchdown throw. the throw that he made to was it John Pace on the sideline?
Oh yes,
Um,
yeah.
you talking
Beautiful
about
throw.
last
Yeah,
play of the
sexy.
last drive of the first half. Yeah.
Beautiful throw.
Mahomes not Mahomes, but Mahomes
Well,
I told my
why you
roommate,
Mahomes, huh?
dude,
Not
but last
on the
week,
man's birthday.
last week, right? Last week, listen to this. During the first touchdown, he slanged it to Brian Robinson. I said that was Mahomes like, and then my roommate's like, yo, I'm gonna keep that accountable. And he thinks I said he's the next Patrick Mahomes. I'm saying it's Mahomes like there's a difference, man.
Bro, there's no reason to throw out Mahomes. You could have threw out another top quarterback, but you threw out the top quarterback.
YouTube finna get you, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Wait till
Agreed.
we lose that first game. YouTube about to come for you, bro.
Mahomes Jr.
They about to come after you.
Yeah,
Max. We still need an identity must run to open the pass, but I think our identity should be the reverse. Pass to open up the. That's kind of what we did. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what we did today. 30 passes. Sam Howell had 30 passes in the first half. The announcers kept saying like that's unacceptable, and I agree. Like that's way too many passes for the first year full-time quarterback. But yeah, then we started running the ball in the second half. Oh, how can we forget about this man? It's my guy, Ryan Robinson. 2 tutties. What, 70 plus yards?
I said it. I told you.
He had 129 yards total offense, 87 rushing, 42 passing. 42 receiving, but you get that.
Yeah, Ryan Robinson, bro. I'm a big believer in B-Rob. Although I think in a year or two, we're gonna probably draft another running back that gives more breakaway speed because Brian Robinson, like you could kind of tell, like he's great between the tap. He's great in everything but breakaway speed. But that's a huge part of what the announcers were talking about in terms of generating longer than 10-yard runs and stuff. And we did a little bit of that today, but really since going back to last season, we haven't done too much of that. So, but no, I love B-Rob. I'm happy he's here, and 2 tutties for a guy. A lot of yards on the ground. Got some work through the passing game as well. Gibson was used more as a pass catcher, which is nice to see. Although I was worried when they started giving him the ball to run in the fourth quarter. That's a little scary, But
well, I was saying get down
exactly.
Right now. Get down.
Yeah. I think we.
Hold on.
Oh, Emmanuel Forbes.
Yeah. Before Emmanuel Forbes, can we talk about Daron Payne? This man, there was a series, a sack, a tackle for loss, and a pass deflection. This man, Naughty, I know he's your boy, but with him and Jonathan Allen, there's a little conversation of who's better. It's 1A, 1B right now.
Oh, it's John Allen still.
Hold on.
Okay.
But the way Daron Payne is playing, you can make an argument that he
That's
is
fair.
this slightly. That man is a beast, dude, all pro ball. I remember when people were saying trade him. I was on the fence of it. I was like, Alabama, keep it intact. But this man has proved everyone the reason why he got his money. And this man is a monster, dude. I just got to say, great game by Daron Payne.
Yeah, no, I think he talked. I watched the interview that he did with the team that they posted like last night. And no, I think whatever work he put in the offseason before last season, so the 2022 offseason, bro, I think it's just like done wonders for his career, bro. Like last year was amazing, and then this year he started off really fast, really well. No, Daron Payne has definitely turned a corner in his career, and I think he's becoming more of the type of player that we thought we were getting in the first round, and he's becoming a star. He's one of the best interior defensive linemen in the league, period. So let alone this team. But yeah, excited about Daron Payne. Cam Curl did some good things as well.
Tackle for Russell Wilson to run the clock out.
Yep. Yeah, the receiver on the Broncos, I'm drawing a blank right now that they drafted in the second round. Mims.
Mims.
He was cooking.
Man, he was cooking us. He was cooking us. The Broncos might have gotten another pretty good receiver out there. So I know I said Emmanuel Forbes, so I'm trying to think of other players as well. I mean, we could talk about Russell Wilson too. First half, like, woo, dots. Second half, like, Oh my gosh, bro! Like he was missing even in that last drive or the second to last drive when they were down by 11, but they could have scored a touch. Bro, like you couldn't throw the ball accurately to guys that were like in the end zone and stuff. And even before that point, he almost threw a pick to Derek Forrest, and then right after he threw a pick, kind of like what Dak did last year, Dak Prescott, when he almost threw a pick to it was Kendall Fuller twice, right? Like, but Kendall Fuller caught the second one. This time it was Derek Forrest who almost caught it, and then he dropped it, which I'll talk about right after this. And then Emmanuel Forbes caught it, right? So Russell Wilson was not good in the second half, and I'm happy that we do not have that contract on our hands here in DC. I'm not gonna lie. I was on the train, and I know a lot of other people were let's get Russell Wilson, let's bring a bona fide quarterback here. And I am happy that we did not. I was wrong. It happens, but not great from him. Sean Payton, offense was clicking at the beginning.
They were firing on all cylinders, bro.
Yeah, all cylinders. And one other thing I want to say about the Broncos that might not be discussed too much, at least in terms of the Commanders podcasters. They stopped running the ball like in the third quarter when it was a tie game. And bro, every time they ran, especially with Javonte Williams or even Samaje Perine, bro, like it was working. I don't know why they stopped it. Like they went to the pass. They panicked, exactly. I don't know. Sean Payton, I don't know what he was thinking. Like, I don't know, bro. Another guy who
in the last 2 minutes. 11 points in the last 2 minutes to close the half. Denver panicked. They thought they had the game won at 21-3.
Yeah. Also, shout out to our guy. Good memories here in DC. From Fabian Moreau. Thank you. Thank you for the 2 penalties. Thank you for helping us out. We appreciate you very much. We liked you when you were here in DC, even with all the penalties you had here. The 3rd round pick. We were rooting for you. But no, you're still helping us out. So we appreciate you very much. And hope you have a solid career out there in Denver, if not elsewhere in the NFL. But now I want to get to Mr. Forbes, the money man. Caught a pick. Did get burnt on a play in the first quarter, which is kind of bad because he wasn't set, but that wasn't necessarily something that we should be concerned about all the time because he wasn't set. But I mean, last year Baby was on the Falcons. I do remember that. But what are you guys' thoughts on Emmanuel Forbes? Evan, we can start with you.
I mean, when we drafted this guy out of Mississippi State, there were a lot of these reports saying he's a ball hawk, he's a dog, he'll go get the ball, and really that's what he did today. Like wherever the ball was, Forbes was there. He had the pick. He had what was it? 2 tackles,
pass deflection,
2 tackles on runs. Hold on, I'm about to pull the box score back up right now. He had a couple clutch tackles on runs that could have got really bad for us. Emmanuel Forbes just has a nose for the ball. And he's got really good instincts. So I'm looking at his stats right now, 3 tackles. So he did have a couple on runs. He just has a nose for the ball, and he's smart too. He makes smart plays.
Yeah, I think the same thing as well. Obviously, I'm still a little bit upset about not upset, but I'm still thinking about how we connect Christian Gonzalez. But Emmanuel Forbes, that pick.
Stop being upset, bro. Stop being upset. See, Badula, this is 2 years in a row. You didn't like the John Dotson pick. You didn't like the Emmanuel Forbes pick. Bro, I think we got 2 solid players. Not only that, but Emmanuel Forbes, bro. I mean, he could be a star. He could be a star here in DC.
I guess it is a rookie. I get that, but no kudos to him. The interception. I thought he dropped it originally, but I guess he was down. So good to see that.
Kinda...
Yeah, but Emmanuel Forbes, yeah, man. I want to go back to what you said about Jahan Dotson. One thing that I don't think we talk about enough: the Saints draft day trade that we had with them. We got Jahan, you got B-Rob, Sam Howell, all for Chris Olave. I think that if Sam Howell pans out to the guy, that was just a highway robbery, bro.
One of the best trades in franchise history. If Sam Howell becomes the guy.
I agree.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not like the Saints were got a bad. Chris Olave could be a superstar. I mean, He was great last year. He was great last week as well. But I mean, the combination of the players that we got, you forgot about Cole Turner as well, who we got in that trade or through the 5th round. So
basically the whole offense.
Yeah. Soon to come. Hopefully, Cole Turner being starting tight end. We'll see. But hopefully,
2-0.
Logan Thompson's okay. 2-0. There we go. We should end off like that. Actually, no. Let's end off. Let's talk about this first, and then we can talk about the 2-0 and how much that means. Bills next week at home, 1:00, FedEx Field. Shortly, your expectations on that game, Abdullah. We can start with you.
I will say this: Josh Allen looked amazing today. I mean, first game was a little shaky, but if we lost today's game, this Bills game would have been like, oh man, this is gonna be a tough game. But now we have a good shot, man. It's Josh Allen. If we somehow this offense still puts up some good 20, 25 points, our defense, hopefully they can start off strong. Who knows, man? I think we can put up a fight.
I got 2 words for y'all: house money. We're going into this game 2-0. Yes, it's tough, but 2-0 gives us a little bit of a cushion here. Like 2-0 gives us a little bit of a cushion, even going into Philly. But I say the offensive line has to show up. That's going to be like the end all be all here. But come on, man. Let's pack FedEx Field. Let's make some noise for our guys. I mean, we're 2-0. We're 2-0. This is what we wanted all offseason long. We were saying we can't start the season slow. We need a win game starting in September. And the team's giving us what we wanted. We're 2-0. So let's pack FedEx Field next week and let's make some noise for our boys.
Great point. Yeah, I mean, Bills, they're going to be tough. They're one of the best teams in the AFC. Been one of the best teams last couple of years. I will say this: Josh Allen, in terms of how he turns the ball over, gives us plenty of opportunities to take advantage of that. I am worried though, because we played the Bills a couple years ago, and we saw how that turned out for us in terms of their offense lighting us up. And now they have Tre'Davious White back there, I believe, and they have some players on that defense as well. But yeah, it should be tough. It's gonna be a tough game. I will say, unlike last time we played them, which I believe was in Buffalo, we're playing them at home. Yeah, we're playing them at home now. So hopefully, that makes a big difference for us. We secured a W, but yeah, we can end off by Abdullah 2-0, right? First time since 2011. 2-0.
10 years. Oh, no, more than 10 years. Wow.
Yeah. DC, we up. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching.
Switch hands.
Oh, wait, yeah. No.
It's the mirror thing. It's the mirror thing. It's the mirror thing.
Am I right or wrong right now?
You gotta put up 0-2 in the camera so it looks like 2-0.
Okay. There you go.
There it is.
All right. Yeah. 2-0. 2-0, baby. But I think last week, it was a cool win, but Cardinals, they're actively trying to tank. Broncos, they needed to win this game. They were trying so hard because they could not fall to 0-2 with Sean Payton. Correct me if I'm wrong. Broncos traded a first-round pick for Sean Payton.
After trading all those firsts for Russell,
among other picks,
and then one of those firsts turned into Devin Witherspoon. Oh man,
that's crazy.
Good.
But with that being said, we can't worry about other teams, Evan. We got to worry about our team. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the DMVSportsZone channel. We like to post fire content like this as much as possible. Also, go follow our Twitter. I'm not going to say X. Our Twitter page at DMVSportsZone. Our Instagram page, all lowercase DMVSportsZone. And our TikTok at DMVSportsZone as well. I know Abdullah, as always, great creator our Instagram page as well. He posts clips, and he's likely going to post one about this live stream. So make sure to look out for that. But Evan, thank you so much, bro, for joining today as well. And hope you guys have a great rest of your night. And 2-0, baby. We're 2-0. But yeah, left hand up. Who are we?
The